Outsiders in the casa. Oklahoma where the winds come. Sweeping down the plains, whistles blow away your kingdom. Noise from the Sooner State, feel it in your eardrum. Way past the beginning and we are nowhere near done. My goodness, I'm nice with it. You can snap back, hold your hat, this how I'm fitted. Getting fueled up off your hate as if I need it. Why your tanks on eating lighter, people say I did it. You didn't know? When I hit the road, dog cities hear me spitting flows. Meanwhile, on tracks, I'm really not your typical spiritual, lyrical miracle, you imbecile. Going harder than a tombstone. Here lies in a method that never saw his doom, though. Joints instrumentally fired by IQ, yo. Rocking like a Lucifer track, but what do you know?
Forward and I can't go back.
Welcome all. This is the Outsiders Green Country Soccer Podcast. My name is Mario. Tonight I am with my good co-host David. How you doing, David?
Pretty good, buddy. How you doing?
Doing good, man. You got to show the people your cat, man. Come on. Everybody got to know that you're a cat guy.
I'm actually a dog and cat person. So dogs inside, cats are right here outside with me.
But for right now, you got the cat on you, man. You got to show everybody.
No.
Oh,
he's shy. He's burying his face right now. He's shy.
I bet that's who's shy. But man,
yeah.
I gotta ask you a question, man. Don't you miss Premier Leagues on Saturday mornings? It's like evolved.
I was really wanting Josh to be on tonight so we can find out who his new Premier League team is, because City hasn't won in like 2, 3, 4 games now. 4? I think it's 4 now. You know how them bandwagon City fans are.
Oh yeah. I bet that's what happened tonight. He couldn't show up tonight, but I guess we'll give him a pass for tonight. It'll probably be on next week when they finally win. But man, for an off season, so a quote unquote off season, we have a lot to talk about. Where do you want to start at first?
Well, congratulations to Manchester United. We got a new head coach, Ruben Amorim. Yeah, Sporting CP Sporting Portugal. I don't know, some Portugal coach. We'll see if he can do anything this year.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about USL off season, aren't you?
Oh yes, I wasn't talking about regular season for the Premier League.
Okay. So
so which one do you want to talk about first? You want to talk about the good or the bad?
It's not even off season yet, and all this exciting changes are happening. But let's jump into the USL Championship right now, because I heard there's a big game on Saturday. Have you heard that?
This past Saturday or the next coming up Saturday?
Sometime. Was it? It's not this Saturday. It's next Saturday.
It's actually this coming up Sunday at 2, wasn't it?
Let's see. Saturday, November 23rd.
Oh, is it? Okay. Excuse me, I was wrong.
So it's this Saturday, 12 noon here, Central Standard Time. The Colorado Springs Switchbacks take on the Rhode Island FC for the USL Championship title. Can you believe it? Those two teams?
No. To be honest, much love to the Rhode Island guys, but I did not expect them to make a Cinderella story like they have this season.
I mean, they beat Louisville.
They first beat Indy, and then they beat.
But it's Indy. Come on.
I mean, come on. They have aspirations for MLS.
Right. But they beat Louisville. The greatest team in the USL Championship if you go by regular season stats. And then they who they beat last weekend? Oh, Charleston Battery. And now they're going up in their very first year in the league. Take on the Colorado Springs Switchbacks for the title. How excited are you for this?
No, I'm very excited for them. And after this, we got to talk about who you think's going to win it all. But you can't get away from this prediction. But man, what I think I've heard they're the third franchise team to be the third franchise team to actually win it all. I know Sporting Kansas City 2, Sacramento in 2015, and then I think it was Rhode Island would be the next one if they win it all. That'd be great for them. I'm so happy for them.
All right, so quick, what is the FC Tulsa connection in this game?
Would it be some guy named J.J. Williams?
Jerome Williams Jr., correct.
Oh, yeah.
And he has been tearing it up this postseason. So great job, JJ. Man, I still remember that player reveal. What was it? Was it 21? Was it 21?
I think it was 21.
Or 22.
You sure it was 22 or 21? I want to say it was 20. Yeah, you're probably right. 22. It was like 2 years after COVID. I want to say. What do you think? David? But I think it was 22, but I'll check here shortly. J.J. Williams. But I hope
Hey,
David's.
can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. All right, dropped connection real quick, but yeah, the very. I'll just back up and say what I was saying about Rhode Island. I mean, the way this team was put together, they got a great coach in Cano Smith. Came out, he was assistant coach for Birmingham Legion. The very first player they signed was Koke Vegas from San Diego Loyal. Great goalkeeper, and then their build of their team is just so solid from the back line of Stephen Turnbull, Colin Smith, Gabby Alves, Grant Stoneman, great forwards, and J.J. Williams and Noah Fusen, who led the league in assists. And how about last year's reigning MVP, Albert Dequoy, being on the front line? And then you got just solid midfielders like Zachary Harivu, Mark Ibarra, Jose Wizera, Clay Holstad's really good, Connor McGlynn, just solid build for Rhode Island. And it's, didn't expect them to be in the finals, but I could see how they are.
Well, what's funny is I was remembering when I got into the podcast with Rhode Island guys on Tide Talk, they were some of their fans and supporters. They did not like J.J. Williams, and they wanted him off not the Tide Talk guys, but a couple fan bases. They didn't want him. He was injury prone. And it was just listening to all that and seeing him outperform everybody's expectations. Not really mine, because I knew he can do what he can do, and he actually passed my expectations as well, because he was just scoring goals at will. But I was hoping to see some of those goals in this match, but well, they got it. They found some other goal scorers, but he was contributing as well. Did he get to watch the match any?
No, but you know what I call those people that's hating on JJ Williams? They're just haters. Hating on JJ,
No, we
the
might
man's
know.
Yeah, the man's proven in this league. That's one of the awesome things about players like JJ. They've been here, they've done that. Yeah, they might have bounced around a few teams, but they know the grind of the USL Championship. They know how physical it is. They know how to play, especially JJ being 6'5", 6'6". Just put it in the air in the box and let him go get it,
And I just wanted to tell you, you were correct. He came to the FC Tulsa in 2022. After that, he went to Phoenix Rising in that 2022 season. And then 2023, he went to Tampa Bay. And then 2024, he went to Rhode Island.
And who did we get in return for J.J. Williams?
Oh, man, you're putting me on the spot now. I don't remember.
Wasn't it Marcus? Did we get Marcus back for him? Marcus Epps?
Yes, we did.
There we go. Go Marcus Epps.
We miss you.
Yeah. But just excited. What do you think about Colorado Springs? Who do you think's the X factor for Colorado Springs? Because I have one big name that I think's the X factor for them.
I think we probably have the same name. For me, I think it's Juan Tejada.
Oh, no. We're different.
I hope you're not talking about Damus, but
Yeah, actually, 2 guys, Ronaldo Damas and Matt Mahoney. I think center back Matt Mahoney is going to be key to this. I mean, they got to be able to shut down J.J. Williams and Albert Depois and Noah Puzon. So that's my guy right there. Matt Mahoney's got to shut him down.
yeah. So we're speaking about it. We got to talk about it. Who's your prediction for the final?
It's going to be in Colorado Springs. I got Colorado Springs 2-1.
Oh wow. Well, I'm not doing this because I'm an East Coast person, but I am going for Rhode Island. They have been the underdog in mostly every single match they have been, and I know the what's it called? The height over there. You got that factor. You're playing over there in Colorado, but I don't think Colorado played anybody in the levels that Rhode Island has. I mean, they beat the highest scoring team, Louisville. They beat, Charleston, a really good Charleston team. I got, to be honest, 2-0 Rhode Island.
Wow, 2-0.
I think they're gonna blank them.
Mariano drinking the haterade.
No haterade. I am
Colorado haterade.
No,
Wow,
no.
That's
Well, I guess we'll find out on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah. I do not like that. I don't know why. It's like college football's going on, put it in the evening. And let's watch it in the evening.
That's true. And the match is going to be aired on will it be CBS or ESPN?
Let me look it up and I'll find out for you. I
can tell you here in 2 seconds if it was on. But no, it's not showing on here. But I better put my vote in on FoutMob. But I think it might be on.
Where's Harry at when we need him? Where are you, Harry?
Right. But yeah, it's going to be an intense match. I feel bad that it's going to be not only you have football matches, but you have also Premier League matches going on at the same time. And it's just too many eyes. It would have been great for a Saturday night match, but they probably would have played it at 6 o'clock our time because it would have been in Colorado. And yeah. But there was a kind of a big controversy before this match was played. I'm talking about the semifinals. If it would have been in Las Vegas, they actually would have had I think it was a Grand Prix or something like that happening at Las Vegas at the same time. And what would have happened if the USL would have just defaulted and have it at Rhode Island for the championship match?
I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. They probably come to One Oak Field and do it. Meet them in the middle.
I don't think that might be possible. But
what? No, man, come on. One Oak Field.
It would have been attended a lot more than Las Vegas, but it's just
ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch. Cheap shot right there. That you look like Jake Paul, throwing that cheap shot in real quick.
Because I'm wearing my Puerto Rico shirt doesn't mean. But yeah.
But that's not the only news that's been circulating around the USL Championship. But I guess another team is climbing that stairway up to the skies. Memphis 901.
Yeah.
Ceasing to exist. Couldn't find a suitable stadium situation. The rights for that territory rights have been transferred to Santa Barbara Sky, who was slated to play in USL League One in 2026. And instead, they're going to play in the USL Championship in 2026. Another California team, but for right now, that hurts the USL Championship. We're down to 23 teams with looking at two teams coming in this year. Brooklyn FC and Lexington SC, both Eastern Conference teams. They'll put us at 25-ish. I don't. They're going to have to get really, really creative with the scheduling. how they make up the divisions this year. What do you think is going to happen?
No, I think we've been through this before, and I was really, really hoping for us to have like that East, West, and South. I think that's how it was before, or mid conference. But I just think that we're gonna have a team that's gonna be playing a little bit of more games on the East or West. But yeah,
So,
we're all by ourselves in the middle.
well, I mean, right now with the two Eastern Conference teams coming in, I mean, it's like an 11-14 split right now. Like us to the West, it's like an 11-14 split right now. So they might have to look at maybe Birmingham coming to the West, maybe an Indy 11 coming to the West. I don't know unless they want to go 3 divisions. I could see 3 divisions:
Hmm.
a Western Conference, Northeastern Conference, and a Southeastern Conference. Which I think we'd fall in the Southeast. We'd be the easternmost Southeast team again.
I don't see how Southeast, but I can see Southwest.
It's just the way the teams are, put together. If this would be me right now, I'd be like, I know it's not all on the USL. They're trying to meet the Division II requirement standards that the teams have to meet with stadiums and stuff. But I'd be like, all right, Ozark United come, Oklahoma City, Jacksonville, whoever else is Santa Barbara, whoever else. How can we get you guys ready for this season right now in 2025? Is there any way we can pull it off and try to get more of those teams in the USL Championship? I know everybody. It seems to be wanting to. They're circling that 2026 calendar date.
Yeah.
Yeah, World Cup's going to. They're all trying to capitalize on the World Cup. I think coming to the States.
Exactly.
And we're going to kick off in 26 and World Cup soccer fever is going to happen. But I hate to, it's going to be interesting in 2026 see if we get like a summer break because of the World Cup. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Man, USL doesn't even break for our international matches. I don't think that's going to happen for the World Cup, but it would be nice.
Oh, I think the World Cup's a different beast, especially since it's going to be played in the States. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also wondering if we're going to be playing a lot more morning games on those summer days.
That or, I can see a lot of attendance hit happening if we don't take a little bit of a break because people's going to be wanting to go watch the World Cup. It is what it is. It's a huge event, especially to be hosting. So it's going to be interesting, but it's just sad. Memphis 901 couldn't find a suitable stadium. I mean, cough, cough, FC Tulsa. We got to start getting some action towards our stadium build.
Yeah, sooner.
Right now, it's all hypothetical right now, but we got to because the baseball field teams are starting to slowly go the way of the Buffalo.
Yeah, it's trickling down.
It is, but the USL has released its all league first and second teams. Sadly, no FC Tulsa players on it again. I think we've had 2 in our history, I believe. I think Rodrigo da Costa and Juan Pablo Caffa both were second team players in their years, but yeah, nobody made it. Maybe next year.
Oh yeah.
We're thinking positive thoughts for next year.
Yes, we are. But going back to the league, do you want to talk about some non-positive talks?
Oh no, what's this?
Well, yeah, Memphis 901 wasn't the only team that actually.
Oh, you want to talk about some League One?
Oh yeah, we got to talk about them too. They're a part of the family.
So some League One action here. Shout out to League One. Union Omaha claiming their back-to-back titles. Go Omaha.
Oh yes, beat Spokane. Spokane. What's the name? Spokane
Velocity.
Velocity. Yes,
Velocity. What
yes.
was the Tulsa FC Tulsa connection in that game?
With Spokane.
It just in the game.
To be honest, you got me stumped. I do not know this one.
You do.
Oh wait,
It's
Fernandez, right?
Colin Fernandez.
Carlos Fernandez. Yes. How can I forget him?
How can you? I like Colin. Colin was a pretty good player for
Yeah.
us. But
But,
go ahead with the in memoriam for USL League One.
I should have had a buzzard for this one for RIP, but
Right?
unfortunately, another team that couldn't find a good venue. And now your turn. Who's our Tulsa connection for this team after I name them? But Northern Colorado,
Johnny Fenwick, Johnny Football.
No, not him.
Yeah, Johnny Football plays for him.
Oh, well, there's another player that plays for. No, I'm thinking. You're right. Johnny Fenwick. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, he killed the team. No, they couldn't find a venue as well. Also, I think their.
So I think it was a little bit more meets the eye than that. I kind of mentioned it when Johan was on. Like there were some lawsuits being filed against Colorado versus League One for
I think
non-payment of.
They also went bankrupt, didn't they?
They went bankrupt. Colorado was suing USL for non-payment of making the playoffs but USL was making their roster payments.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It was real weird situation. I heard there was a lot of rumblings with the big giant the sports complex that they were building wasn't being funded or was halfway in construction, wasn't being completed. People weren't getting paid for the work they were doing. It was big mess. So, but they left. But Hellstrom did put out something saying they're not folding. They're going to rebound. I'm thinking they're going to go to Nisa, baby.
There might be one team going to Nisa, and that will be the second team we're going to talk about.
More homies go put some out for.
Oh yeah.
Let's stay on Northern Colorado for just real quick.
Okay.
Is there anybody off that team that you would want to go poach? Because there's one player I would love to go poach off that team.
I got 3, but I'm going to let you go ahead and go first.
My guy that I want to go get is Ethan Horde.
Okay, that's one of my guys.
He's a big forward. He's about 6'5". He's 23 years of age. We got to watch him play against the Athletic when they in the U.S. Open Cup, and we got to watch him play against us in the U.S. Open Cup too. I thought he was really talented. I think he came off the bench against us. He was just really he kind of turned the tide in that game towards him a little bit. But he played 34 games this year in all competitions for Northern Colorado. Had 13 goals, 8 assists. He averaged a goal every 200 or so minutes. I really liked what I saw out of Ethan Horde this year.
Well, I got 2 more other guys because you pulled one of my guys. My first player that I really interested.
Football?
No, sorry. Bruno Rendon, the right back, Cuban national, scored in the league 6 goals and had 2 assists, and played 22 matches on the league wise. His FOTMOB rating was 7.53. He was really good, for a right back. He also pushed forward as well, and it's one of the players that I really liked. And the other one, I think he was the player that actually played in the preseason for FC Tulsa, I want to say. Haruki Yamazaki. He was a left back. He didn't really have any goals or assists, but what he did was a lot of creating chances. And his player rating was 7.5 by
Oh,
7.05 by the end of the season. But that's another player that I would like to poach from them.
I've got a second player too. I've always liked this guy. He's a midfielder. Isidro Martinez. Yeah, he's a Texas kid. Played for RGV. Played for New Mexico United for a little bit. Solid midfielder. He could play attacking midfielder. He could play center mid. Played 32 games for Northern Colorado this year. Had 3 goals, 5 assists. I think he would be a solid pickup. Man, let's just go poach some Northern Colorado players.
Well, do you have any more talk about Northern Colorado?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Noah Powder come back too. He played
Oh,
for Northern Colorado.
yes, that's the player that I was thinking of.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Noah come back. I like Noah. I thought he was a pretty useful left back.
Yes.
So, but go ahead and talk about the other one we got to pour some out for.
Pour some out for the homies, Central Valley Fuego. But they are not having any issues like stadium issues or financial issues. Their issues is with the league, the USL League
Yeah.
One. Unfortunately, they both mutually parted ways. But in their statements that they posted publicly is that they are going to be playing in the 2025 season at their stadium, but not in USL League One. What do you think about that?
Well, so they made a big splash in the offseason. They hired a former U.S. Men's national team player, Jermaine Jones, as the head coach, and they pretty much just cut everybody from the previous year's team and started off. And I've just heard a lot of rumblings that there was more going on. I think he left towards the end of the season. There was just something not going right there, is what I heard.
Yeah,
So
they've been having problems for 3 years, like with their fans, with
and I also think that the ownership was a little off too. I think the owner was part of the ownership group that is part of the Fresno FC. Remember
yes.
that team that stole Juan Pablo Caffa from us?
Oh yes.
So I mean, yeah, I just heard there was rumblings with the ownership. It just wasn't going smooth. But unlike Northern Colorado, I don't think there was a whole lot of players I wanted to, poach off that team.
There's one player that I looked up, and I can't believe he has more goals than Northern Colorado players do. But I actually got Alfredo Medensi. He's an attacking midfielder. Had 8 goals. Actually, excuse me, 2 goals. I meant to say assists, not goals. 2 goals, 8 assists in 15 matches. I mean, he was a playmaker for the team. Cam player that, how much we love Cam players on our team.
Right.
Or at least wish there was. But this is the kind of player that I would like. He's from Honduras. He likes to create, likes to have the ball, does great passes for his teammates, and creates a lot. So that's the only bright spot in the team, because I think they were dead last in their league. But if there's any kind of bright spot, that might be him.
All right. I think I'll just go ahead and just pass on all their players. So we can, yeah. Wasn't a fan of them. Not a big fan of the Central Valley Fuego. I mean, no big loss.
Yeah.
To me, anyways. But yeah, just busy time in the U.S. There's so much going on, and we haven't even had the championship yet.
I know.
It's just so crazy. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving the moves that our team is making. Do you want to just move right into that?
Oh yes, I was about to say, stop teasing me. Come on.
Let's just talk about FC Tulsa. Let's just start with the kind of like the first news that came out. Mario Sanchez he's stepping aside. He's not really stepping down. He's kind of stepping aside. When he was hired from Louisville, he was hired as a head coach and technical director. Then he's going to move just straight to the technical director. So that leaves us with needing a head coach again. But oh wait, that spot's already been filled. And who took that spot, Mariano?
Oh, Coach Luke.
Luke.
He took over. Pretty soon you need to change your profile picture into his pics.
I will.
But yeah, he's definitely our new coach, and he is not waiting. He is starting from the beginning. Do you want to talk about our new signed player?
Well, we will in just a second. I just want to say this. Luke Spencer's 33 years old. I feel so old right now. I've got 9 years on Luke Spencer. That's and for all you soap opera fans, it's not the Luke Spencer from General Hospital. So I'm sorry, it's not that Luke Spencer.
No, but when I see players and I see their birth dates on there, I'm like, oh God. I just felt the gray hair just grow right there, right here.
Yes. It's I feel so old right now. It's him being 33 years old. I was like, how? But yeah, so I'm super stoked for Luke to be our head coach. I like it. I know some people have been, oh, we're getting another head coach. It's not. He was been here.
Yeah.
It was Mario stepping aside and going to the role he wanted, being, technical director. Mario's not leaving here. We all love Mario. Mario's got the greatest personality in the world. So super excited for him. Whoa, somebody just uh-oh. Could that be?
He spoke about the devil. He got the devil.
Whoa, my goodness. I don't know if is he here?
I don't know. Just keep going. Just keep talking about the team.
Well, Luke was here. He was assistant coach. It was a natural progression for him to step up as the head coach, and we love it. We like it. I hope that everything will go smooth next year for him. But man, 33 years old. I actually heard rumblings. Other teams were looking at making him their head coach.
Yes.
So maybe this was a for all those people hating on us having a new head coach. Maybe this is something they were looking at another year or so down the road, as the new culture's being built here in Tulsa. But the timeline had to be accelerated because there were people wanting to poach Coach Luke.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, Josh. Too busy to log on, but he'll get on chat.
He can say hi. Okay, cool. Hi, Josh. But so with that being said, the next round of announcements was the parting of some players. First one was announced that Bradley Bourgeois will not be returning to the team. What I'll say about Bradley is, and I hope I'm not in the minority here, but he will always be the captain. It feels like he's been the captain for the last 6 years. He's an all-time leading player in minutes played, games started. Sad to see Bradley go. I don't know what the future holds for him. I don't know if he's going to move on to another team or maybe a coaching spot or front office. But one thing I always know about Captain Bourgeois, he's Tulsa through and through. Went to college here. Played with us when we was the Roughnecks and came back when we rebranded as FC Tulsa. So super excited or super sad that Bradley's leaving. How do you feel about Captain leaving?
I'm in the same boat with you. I remember watching him play for the Athletics. I remember just watching him play for TU and seeing his his chances. Played with the MLS teams. Came here to FC Tulsa and played Tulsa Roughnecks at the time, and then um, left for other teams, and then came back. It was a main feature. He was always that captain, that kind of the hype man that the teams needed and the fans needed sometimes too. He wasn't shy away to come talk to us, during the match, pump us up as well, as much as we pumped him up. But it's going to be sad to see him not on the field, holding that captain's armband. And yeah, he's going to be missing the team. And, I always wanted him to leave with at least some playoff wins. And, but we want to thank Bradley Bourgeois for everything he's done.
Yeah. Well, so, and something me and you've been talking about is we're super excited that the team is not messing around with the activity in this offseason. So they, besides Bradley Bourgeois, they announced several other players that will not be returning to the team next year. Options decline was Camilo Ponte, Milo Yosef, Lucas Lewinsky, Angel Bernal, and Diego Pacheco. Out of those group, I'm pretty sad to see Milo and Diego and especially Angel Bernal leaving. I thought Bernal could have developed into something more. I think he's been hurt most of the year. Real young player of San Antonio area, and I just don't know with Milo's injury and the injury Diego picked up at the end of the year. I don't know how serious they were, so they might not be ready in the offseason and coming into the preseason. So who knows? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I exactly know what you mean. It's just it was a 50-50 chance, and the team has to put in some more, put players that they can actually kind of depend on to be main features. And I hate to say that because, all the time and minutes that these players put on, but yeah, it was sad to see all those players, even Camilo Ponce, he came straight out of college, tried everything he did, almost scored a goal against Sporting Kansas City, and it's sad to see him go.
Yeah. Then out of contracts was Rashad Tete, Bradley Bourgeois, and Blaine Ferry. So, Rashid had a great 23 season for us. This year, it just didn't seem like he had the legs underneath him. And Blaine got injured towards the end of the season. But I still think he was one of the better creators for us this year. Blaine Ferry was. Then mutual contract termination, Joey Rugavine. I don't know how to feel about Joey. Maybe I like to see him come back as a backup goalkeeper, but I think his contract might have been just a little too high.
I mean, personally, for me, he's a great guy off the field. Great to talk to. I think midway in the beginning of the season, his confidence got scored on a lot. A lot of people give him a little bit of stick for that goal that was scored by I think it was who was it? Charleston Batteries, Juan Torres from half field. I think his season got terminated after that. But great guy. I just think this championship is one step a little bit higher than what he needed to start on.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, great guy. Wish him the best. Loan expired. We have several loans expiring. One of them being Sebastian Sanchez going back to Louisville, Matthew Bell going back to Real Salt Lake, Aaron Beboot going back to the LA Galaxy, and Aaron Casanari going back to Triestina. I would like to see more out of Casanari. I don't know if he got hurt or whatnot, but I was really interested to see what that collaboration between us and Triestina would give us. And I think it gave us like 4 or 5 games of Aaron Casanari coming off the bench.
Yeah, I I don't know. I was very hopeful. I know you know personally how hopeful I was of this
Yeah.
partnership with Tristina, but they're having problems already by themselves. Adding us to the mix, I feel bad for the player. Not even going to try to say his last name, but um, I feel bad for him because he wasn't given a real shot. I think he played some minutes. I know he played. I think he played in the Open Cup match as well.
I think you're
But
right.
um, other than that, he really wasn't given a fair shot. And this league is physical, and it's not like the third division and whatever division they are in Italy.
Yeah.
But
And the other thing I'll say is, I've harped on this a lot during this podcast is USL, American soccer in a nutshell. Travel is not easy here. I mean, over in Italy, it's a bigger European country, but it's still compact into one little country. We get this. United States is hard to go from East Coast to West Coast, especially us being in the Central. There was no easy away trips. I mean, the grind of the season is just that it's a grind. So,
yeah,
but so yeah, that was the first round of maneuvers by the team this
yeah,
year. But then as soon as they said, "Oh, these guys aren't coming back," they said, "Hey, we are going to give you a little treat, though. How about a little treat, FC Tulsa fans? Johan Penaranda.
oh
How about how
yes,
about how about he's coming back? And how about we make it for multiple years?" So yeah, Johan, who was here on a trial basis in the preseason, came on a 25-day contract, signed for the rest of the year. Going to be here for a couple more years. So um, let's see, July USL Championship Player of the Month, Johan Penaranda, coming back to mind the net for FC Tulsa.
it's the Outsiders podcast that got him on. He
Love
comes on
Johan.
the pod. He comes on the podcast, and then he gets an extension. I tell you what, that's how
He's-
it works.
Yeah. But so awesome. Glad to have you back, Johan. But that's not all. Wait, there's more. I feel like I'm doing an infomercial.
Right?
FC Tulsa said, "Hey, how about we give you a little bit more taste of the offseason plans?" And how about a new player? How about we tell you a new player coming in? Khalil El Medkar. He is signed. He can play wing. He can play attacking midfielder. He spent some time in the FC Dallas organization. Then he spent time in the DC United organization. Last year, or the 2024 season, he played for Loudoun United.
Mm-hmm.
This is a guy I have liked for a long time. Super excited to have Khalil El Medkar coming in. Had a great. He didn't have a lot of minutes played this year for Loudoun United, but when he was out there, he made a difference. He played in 22 games, played 861 minutes, had 6 goals and 4 assists. He averaged a goal every 144 minutes. So, I mean, you're looking at 10 goal contributions every 80 minutes.
Yep.
Or not 10 goal contribution, a goal contribution every 80 minutes.
That's really good.
What-
I'm excited.
I know you looked at a lot of his highlights from Loudon. What did you think about Khalil El Medkar?
No, that's a player that we've been needing. Well, we need somebody that actually can. I love stellar chemistry. I love passing and stuff like that. But one thing that we've missing that since Goodrum left, and I know he's your idol and all that. Yeah, but we need
I love Phil.
and me too. But we need a playmaker. We need a person that's kind of selfish, can have a goal, shot on goal. I mean, his presence in the box and out of the box. He can play, I think it was left side and also in the middle a little bit. It's something that we've been needing, and I hope we get to see that and more in the season coming.
Right? Yeah. It's just a man. I hope they're not spoiling us by announcing all this stuff, and we're not gonna have a announcement now for a few months.
Yeah.
But I honestly hope we just announce everybody that we got right now, get that all out of the way, and just focus on 2025. You know,
I know we spoke about doing this in another show, but if we can put 2 players randomly, it doesn't matter where they come from, but they have to be not fictional, but realistically,
Yeah.
what 2 players would you like to add onto our team?
oh, that's a good question. I would like to do another podcast and go more in depth on this, but um, I think we need somebody to go on the back line. I like Matt Mahoney from Colorado Springs. I know I brought his name up earlier. The other one would be an out and out striker. And I've always liked Augustine Williams from Indy 11. I've always liked the way he played, so that would be like super want. That would be a super get, I think, for us. But I like those 2. How about you?
Man, I got to give you 2 real quick, and because they're available, I would love to snag them up, but I don't think we'll be able to get both of them. Maybe not even both. But I would love to get Lapa from Memphis and Marlon from Memphis. Those 2 players right there by themselves.
I like that one.
Those 2, I mean, they can both play midfield. They can both create, and they can both score.
Let me throw out another Memphis guy for you.
Who's that?
Akeem Ward. I like Akeem Ward too.
Yeah,
Let's just cherry pick a bunch off from Memphis.
That's what I was thinking too. But let me give you my last 2. So another player that I've actually been looking at, and I don't know how possible we're going to be getting this player, but I would love to see. Hold on, I got his name right here. Marcus Nakeem from OC. He's a center back. I would love to have him. I've seen him play, and he presence in the defense box, and that's somebody that I want to have. Another player that I know we're probably never going to see him, but I would love to see Tomas Angel from Phoenix. He's a center forward, really good player as well. And there's a long other list of other players I would like to get, but those are my 4 for right now.
We definitely need to do a wish list show, I believe.
Yes.
But next thing I want to do with you is maybe go over the remaining roster that hasn't been talked about yet by FC Tulsa.
Okay.
And see if you would want to bring these guys back.
Oh, you better answer them too.
I will. First one, I just pulled up the FC Tulsa webpage, went to roster, and I'm just gonna go in order that's how the webpage brings up. But Anthony Harper, I personally, bring him back if we're gonna try to develop some sort of academy. I know we didn't get to see him play at all this year. I'd like to see some more continuity with the youngsters, especially around here. Try to develop local kids and get a chance. You?
Oh yeah, I would love to see more local players here. I would love to see our academy finally start actually competing and seeing these youth players kind of jump up to the ranks of the first team, and that's something that I've been wanting to see, and was hoping to see him play at least one game, but we didn't get the chance to this season.
Okay, next one up is Alexis Suwahi. I think this is a no-brainer.
Yeah, I'd keep for sure. I love that guy, man. He's so much heart. You know, when he scored that own goal, I forget who it was. I think it was New Mexico. I think it was, and also that first game for New Mexico when he scored. I think it was a brace against them. He had so much strength. If there was any 1-2 pairing with Bradley, it always for me was Suwahi.
Yeah. So earlier when we said that Johan resigned, I was about to say future FC Tulsa captain. I think him and Alexis would be captain, co-captain.
Oh,
if we brought Alexis back. So,
Oh,
I would love to have Alexis back. Next one up is Arthur Rogers. Heck yeah, bring back Arthur. I like
automatic.
Arthur. I think his season got cut short by injuries, but before he got hurt, he was just he was creating, he was making awesome crosses, and when he came back, got back on the field, he looked good too. So, yes,
Yeah.
sir, bring back Arthur. You?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Preseason watching him play and that first game against Las Vegas, all the possibilities that we could have had with a healthy him, I think we would have made the playoffs for sure.
Now the next one, I think we might differ on this, but Patrick Seagrass. Yes, I want Patty Siegs back.
Um, I like the guy. He's a good guy. You're right. I wouldn't for multiple reasons. I just think it wasn't consistent. I think it was my problem was the consistency. There wasn't that much consistency in his play. I mean, there's great times that he scored a goal for us. I mean, he put a lot of hustle, but he got outran a lot in a lot of games. He was always kind of targeted on that side of the field, and I would say no.
I see what you're saying, but we were trying to push him up forward a lot. I think a lot of people were trying to capitalize on us doing that, and we weren't trying to run a 3-back, 2-wing-back system. We were trying to run a 4-back system, and we tried to push him up too far. And I think he got caught a few times, but hey, agree to disagree. It's all right. That's what we're here for.
Yep.
Next one up, Owen Dam. And I'm just sounding like a homer. I'd love to have Owen back. I know he was on loan from Louisville, but it was kind of interesting that they didn't say that his loan had expired.
No.
So, I would like to have Owen back. I liked Owen.
Me too. He showed up. Only negative thing that I have for him, that mask. As soon as he got that mask, his performance level hasn't been to the beat that he was before for me.
All right. Next one up is Harvey St. Clair. I've been saying yes a lot. I like Harvey. I want to say no. Let's go see if we can find maybe an Akeem Ward or somebody to replace him.
Man. An ex-Chelsea Academy player, a good, hard-nosed center, defensive, I guess, central defensive midfielder, and also played in the wings as well. I also have to say no.
Hey, nothing against Harvey. I thought he played hard for us. He played really hard for us. But, the part of the thing is we didn't make the playoffs, and we need to really make some hard decisions and see if we can improve positions. But so it is what it is. But
watch them come back next season, score a couple goals for us, and win it, and be like, outsiders, you guys don't know nothing.
Don't know. Hey, I will take that. We can playoffs, home playoff, push for a title. Hell yeah. But next one up is Stefan Stojanovic. It's gonna be a no for me.
Good guy. I just think kind of jumped the championship route too early. Too early and too quick. I was always hoping that he would come out of his funk or come out of playing from Goodrum Shadow, but I haven't seen anything that kind of makes me want to keep him anymore.
So, for Stojanovic, I everything you said spot on. I was really hoping because he looked great in the preseason. You raved about him in the preseason.
Yes,
I always was hoping that they would kind of play like Tampa Bay Rowdies did, where how they have Cal Jennings and Manuel Arteaga basically playing right next to each other up front, 2-man forward system. And we really didn't get that. We got a one forward, and then either him or Phil playing the 10 spot and playing out of position. So I just don't think we ever got in the role that Phil to be together, and then Phil left and he was on an island by himself until we got B-Boot up and running.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just felt like it just came up short this year for Stephon. Hoping the best in his wherever he goes next. If he goes somewhere next, I don't know. But next one is a guy that grew on me, and I think you really like him. Former Nisa player Alex DeLue. How do you feel about Alex?
I was gonna mess with you and be like, you're gonna be shocked by my answer, but I want him to come back. I mean, that man, he brought so much spark coming out of the bench. There's times that I wish he would have just started because I would like to see our intensity in the beginning of the game be a lot different. I like for us to be attacking first. But I want him back. I
See,
was hoping he could have scored against Detroit because that would have been a great goal to score back at his home state. But
yeah,
it is what it is.
I liked Alex. I liked the way I liked the role he was in. Come in, give you 20 minutes of just pure speed. I like that. Yeah, if he'll come back and be that type of player again. Yeah, bring back Alex.
Yeah.
Next up is goalkeeper Michael Creek. I heard he's the team cook. Thanks, Johan. Nah, let him go and see what we can bring in as a second or third keeper.
Me personally, I want him back. He's the right size, right kind of player. I just think once he got, I think it was hurt,
Mm-hmm.
it was just hard to get back his spot. I mean, Johan had it locked and sealed, and
Yeah.
I would like to see him come back.
Okay, cool. Boubacar Diallo. Go ahead.
I was raving big time about him. In the preseason, I watched them outrun every single Sporting Kansas City 2 player, but I wasn't watching the competition. Very likely, I guess. I gotta say no. He was a good guy, brought a lot of intensity as well, but I think he jumped the league just a little bit too early.
Yeah, I'll pass on Boubacar too. Next up, Andrew Booth. Yeah, I'll take another year, Andrew.
I gotta differ.
Hey.
I know I'm the negative one here, but he did good. Anytime he had the ball, he wasn't scared. He didn't seem shaky or anything like that. But passing that middle line for me was always hard for him every time I saw him. So I just great guy, but I think we need another central player.
Josh said bring in KDB in Holland. Speaking of KDB, I heard he might be going to San Diego FC of MLS. So Josh might be losing his buddy.
No, what are you talking about? Josh is going to be having a new MLS team.
Right. All right. So next up is Edwin Lazo. Heck yeah, bring back Edwin.
Automatically, that's not even a question. His intensity, his midfield defense and offense. I wish we kind of use some of those long shots a lot more in the games because, man, that man can kick.
Yeah,
but
I like him. Next up, Santiago Sanchez. He was on an academy contract. Coach Sanchez's son. I'm gonna say yes. There was a game towards the end of the season that he came on and he played out of his cleats on there. I liked it. Then maybe he can develop them. Heard rumblings he might be getting some tryouts overseas, and he's still a young kid. Yeah, bring him back for another year. Why not try and develop him some more?
Yeah, I'm the same way.
All right, next up, Faisal Batosh. Came over from what was it, Tacoma Defiance midseason, Tacoma Defiance MLS. Next pro team of Seattle Sounders. I thought he picked up towards the end of the season, like the last couple games. He seemed to turn the corner, but I I'm going to go ahead and pass on Basal.
I'm not trying to copy, I promise, but I am definitely
Yeah.
passing on him. I don't think the chemistry got synced in, and he was doing okay with the player that we talked about before. But I just have to pass.
Yeah. Well, that was the roster. Yeah. So I mean, still a lot of decisions to be made. Honestly, I could see us bringing it back. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe about eight players, 9 players, which would be a good amount. That'd be a good amount, and that give us, that core to build off of, and if we can, Memphis had a great year this year, so picking up any of those players would be a great additions. Maybe like a Knight Pickering, or we said a Marlon Bruno Lapa, Akeem Ward. They also had a couple of other really good defenders.
Mm-hmm.
Northern Colorado's going to have a bunch of good talent coming available.
Oh
So,
yeah.
there's players are out there. You just got to be smart about it. I tell you, I was actually looking at a couple of the players from the North Texas SC, who just won the MLS Next Pro Championship. Looking at a couple of their players, you know, let's see if I can bring that team up real quick. Their roster. I know we don't like to talk about MLS that much, but Herbert Indley, who was the MVP of the MLS Next Pro Championship. He had a couple assists in that game. Maybe look at. Let's see. Well, there was one other player, so I can bring him up real quick. Nico Gordon. He was another good player for North Texas SC that I thought could be an interesting pickup as well. But there's gonna be lots of players out there to go look at, and it's gonna be if the start of this offseason, if it just that momentum continues to the preseason, I'm super excited.
Oh, same here. Well, is there any more FC Tulsa talk that you want to do?
Just real quick, they're having a Black Friday. Sale starts on the 25th of November. They've got a bunch of other stuff on sale right now. As is a lot of kits on sale. A lot of merch on sale right now. Go pick up some FC Tulsa gear.
Oh yes.
Yeah, you want to move into some NISA talk?
We can go ahead.
Yeah, I love me some NISA talk. I think NISA's dead. No, I'm not gonna lie, it's not looking good. I've heard maybe there's 2 teams. So to keep their Division 3 status, they have to have at least 8 teams, and I think there's maybe 2 stable teams. I heard the defending champ, Irvine Zeta, is not going to play again. So yeah, Nisa's about to go the way of Memphis 901.
Oh yeah, Nisa's gonna Nisa, but
yeah,
we'll see. Man, we've been saying that for what now, 3 or 4 years now, and they're still beating.
Yeah. Let's see. One other thing to check out before we move on to other local talk. Let's see how the U.S. men's national team is playing right now. Oh, they beat Jamaica 4-2. Pulisic had 2 goals. Pepe had a goal. Way had a goal, and they win the aggregate 5-2. So, congratulations to the United States men's team.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, you want to move straight into local footy?
Yeah. But first, before that, we got to talk about blanket drive that 918 Brigade's doing. Actually, 918.
No, so go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So our supporters group, 918 Brigade, is doing a blanket drive for the homeless. It's going to go through from November 19th through December the 14th on We're going to be picking up any blankets that anybody wants to give or donations. You can direct message us for drop off or pickup. You can do on Twitter, 918 Brigade, Instagram, 918 Brigade as well, Facebook, the same thing. We also have an email, the 918 Brigade at gmail.com. We'll take any donations, monetary or blankets. We're going to try to give them away before Christmas to the homeless. So if you want to donate, please contact us. Also on this podcast, message us. We'll probably do something with 83 United as well. Let's just help out our local Tulsans as well. All these donations, all the money, anything that we get will be put into this good charity. But also, I did want to talk about one more thing. 83 United is doing their Jingle and Mingle AGM and holiday party. It's going to be December the 6th. It's going to be at TAC. Doors open at 6:30. If you're not a member, it's going to be $10 at the door. There's going to be plenty of food, drinks. I'm not certain if it's going to be 21 and up only, but it's going to be a good time. Probably bring a soccer ball out there and have a little soccer tennis. Have some good time. So if you're available on December 6th, please come out and come join us. I know 918 Brigade is going to be there. The Lunatic's going to be there. Also, they're going to be having the memberships for the President's Council for 83 United. It's going to be announced that day as well. So do me a favor, come out and join us, and we'll have a good time.
There you go.
And I want to start off the local talk. I want to give a big shout out to the Wagner team that you coach with a 53 goal differential plus differential. I think your team's undefeated this year. If y'all can do me a favor, give David a big props he was the assistant manager. I mean, I know I was coaching a team, but we didn't have a 53 goal differential. This man is a killer as a coach. I was hoping if we needed another coach, David should be volunteering. But congratulations, David, and the Wagner team and your son for doing a great job this season.
Yeah. We won 11-2 on Saturday. We finished the season 7 wins, 1 draw, no losses. Won the title outright. 8 games. We had a 50-something goal differential. Boys played really hard. That's our team. The intensity they brought every game. There was one game it was like 100 degrees, and that was the only game we drawed on, and the heat just killed them. But other than that, every game they brought intensity. They hustled. They played as a team. They looked out for the other teammates. My boy had a goal on Saturday, so I was really proud of him. So
that's awesome.
So yeah, undefeated champs. And I'm really looking forward to the spring season. We don't know if we're going to go up to the U10, or stay down for the U8 one more season. But yeah, super excited. Thank you.
Next following season, you got to go on to NISA. You know that, right?
Yeah, right. We got promoted. Promotion
relegation.
All right, we're up to NISA, or we might go to the league for clubs.
Oh, something.
Speaking of the league for clubs, founding member Tulsa Athletic, they had a couple games this weekend. They beat Woodland FC 8-0, and that was a really significant game for them because now they advanced to the 4th round of qualifying for the U.S. Open Cup, and they will take on Chicago House AC. I don't know if it's going to be Tulsa or Illinois, but if they win that game, they qualify for the U.S. Open Cup. So good luck. Chicago House is going to be a really tough test. But yeah, congratulations on it. Then they played, I think the next day, they played Arkansas Wolves, and they won 2-0 to outright win the UPSL Oklahoma Arkansas conference title in the UPSL. So congratulations to the Tulsa Athletic. Next weekend, I guess the UPSL playoffs start next weekend. Let me see if I can bring that up real quick. They will take on the Little Rock Rangers Academy at Athletic Community Field here in Tulsa. No time set yet, so don't know that yet. But yeah, they're cruising right along in the UPSL, getting ready for their season in the league for clubs. And I know there's some more local action that you getting geared up for. Is it the Tulsa FC Channel Cats?
Yes.
I know you're excited for them. Go ahead and tell us about the Tulsa FC Channel Cats.
They're going to be the women's indoor local team. They're going to play in the MASL. I know they're going to already have a in-state rival against Oklahoma Oblivion. Let me see if I can bring up their schedule. I know they're going to be probably playing a home and away over there.
And it's going to be a Titan, correct?
Titan, correct. Here on the channel. Nope, there it is. So I just had the schedule up just a couple minutes ago.
I know you did because you're excited about the Channel Cats.
I am. I'm excited about actually having another team to follow here in the city of Tulsa. There it is. So they actually, on December the 7th, they actually play against ICT Aztecs. Their first home game is going to be against Wichita Luck, and that's going to be home. That is December the 21st at 7:15. And then the next game against their in-state rival, Oklahoma Oblivion, will be on January 24th on 2020. Excuse me.
Dang. That's a long season.
That's a very long season. No, I was reading wrong. Somebody must have wrote this wrong on there, but it's 2024. That what they wrote on there, but it's actually 2025. But we're gonna have actually some front office members and maybe coaching staff on our podcast here soon. So we're gonna learn a little bit more of their team, the history, and what they're gonna try to achieve their first season. But I'm super excited to watch them play. It's gonna be great. Hopefully we can come out there and support them as well.
Oh, Mario's gonna be the capo out there for that one. I know.
Yes. Oh yes.
But
Hopefully
we do have some
liquor over
there. There you go. But we do have some sad news, I guess, for local footy. Rain FK, they something happened with the MPSL and they couldn't get their. Something happened. No one. They said they were going to say what it was at a later date, but they never did. What happened? But they didn't get to play in the 2024 season. Well, they have officially folded up shop. Sad, because we never want any local soccer to die. We want it to flourish and continue, but the MPSL has been struggling. It seems like teams have just, if you don't get on the MPSL like front office good side, you die. And, Tulsa Athletic had they were the defending champs and they kicked them out. That's weird.
But it's been happening. It's been happening for them prior to the Tulsa Athletic. They did the same thing to Minnesota. I forget their name of their team, but they did that to Minnesota. Their team, they did that to a couple other teams as well, and it's been a downward spiral. And if you're not down with their executive office, you're not going to get along.
Right, and I hate to break it to them, but this league for clubs is probably going to eat them up. So, a lot of teams have been defecting from MPSL to USL League 2 or UPSL, or this league for clubs. I thought maybe they could go down to UPSL, kind of like what Athletic did, but they decided to fold up shop. I mean, there is another Bartlesville footy team there. I think it's Bartlesville Bison or something like that, Buffaloes or something.
Yeah,
playing the UPSL.
Yeah.
So there's still some action there for local talent that wants to play. But that's all I got for local talk. You got anything else?
No, I think that's it.
Well, I don't really have anything else. I'm just, I'm super excited. The team has got me super excited. I mean, I'm ready for 25. I mean,
You already want it to be March, don't you?
yeah, I'm already going to go to One Oak and stand outside and try to get in, I guess. I don't know.
You'll be the first one in line, won't you?
Yeah, yeah.
Same here, man. I don't got nothing else on to talk about. I'm just excited, just like you are. I'm ready to see some more FC Tulsa. I want to see some more player announcements, some more just positive talks. Kind of Memphis kind of threw a little sour note there for me. I was like, if it can happen to Memphis, it can happen to Tulsa or anybody else. But one thing that I did want to talk about in 2027, can you imagine all the local teams that we can actually have derbies with, and not just Oklahoma City? I'm talking about Ozarks, that new team that's going to be in Garland, I guess, Texas.
Ozark United is in Arkansas, Rogers, Arkansas area. But yeah, they've announced Garland, Texas team, exploratory rights. So yeah, another one.
Yeah. So many teams, and maybe down the road we can hear a Wichita team or something a lot closer to come down and be another rival for Tulsa, because that would save us a lot of money, a lot of flights. But yeah,
that's what's been the down thing for us since OKC left, is there's not a close away game anymore.
Yep.
We're in the middle of the country, and it's not, Swope Park left, OKC left. Anybody that was within 4 hours kind of left us.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Well, David, do you have anything else to say?
Well, you want to do a hot take?
Yeah, let's go ahead. I'll let you go first because I always start one.
You never start one. Come on.
I
now.
do.
All right. Hot take. Will Josh be on the next podcast?
I don't know. It depends. He's now a casino fanatic like his dad. So who knows? Maybe.
Shoot. We'll see. Prediction for Chelsea on this weekend.
Oh, Chelsea. I was watching. I'm getting ready to watch some USL Championship. Chelsea can wait. After giving me a week break, I'm just like, you know what? These past couple times for Chelsea or USL Championship, let me just focus on the championship for this next week.
There you go. All righty. Sounds good.
All right. But now my hot take real quick. Who has a better chance of next year making the playoffs? The Dallas Cowboys or FC Tulsa?
FC Tulsa, because I'm watching the Cowboys right now, and it's ugly.
I'll say that because I got a fantasy player for the Cowboys because my tight end got injured last week. So I'm
which one did you get? Did you pick up Ferguson?
And that probably sounds familiar. Hold on, I'll tell you real quick.
Because he's out with a concussion.
No, don't say that. Oh God, he is. He got me 2.10 points. Oh God, I lost this match. I am not good at football. All right. Well, I guess that ends it horrible for this show. Well, thank y'all for listening, watching. Do me a favor, share this, like it, post it to your friends. If you have any questions, comments, if you guys have any suggestions on the next guests that we should have on, please let us know. Thank y'all again. David, thank you for spending some time with me and being on this. Other than that, vamos Tulsa.
Vamos Tulsa.
I got the Glock, mama oldest acting like he grown. Now peep the logic. got a heap of problems. A mathematician, you see, I gotta keep it honest. I'm past offensive. From my childhood, I force you to forfeit. Turn snitch or crossover, source work for corporate. The hardship is not marked for fake artists barking. The artsy astrologist, a start to your rocket ship. Soon as I change styles, the moment that y'all pocket it. In prophets' eyes, prophesize giant size dollar clips for blessings. There ain't no way contested for as outsiders charging 20 G's a session.
Forward and I can't go back. Lessons that I went through, put some questions on my mental. Forward and I can't go back. The stress that I've been through, I left that in the rear view. Forward and I can't go back. Lessons that I went through, put some questions on my mental. Forward and I can't go back. The stress that I've been through, I left that in the rear view.
Yeah, outsiders in the casa.